Hi everybody, and welcome to Let's Look at Pixelry. If you can tell by the weird kind of calligraphy font that we've got at the top here, this is going to be a little bit of a weird Let's Look at. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately, but this is a game. It is available on Desura, but it's actually being kickstarted again. Kind of weird to explain, but basically the game is out in a very primitive form on Desura and Indievania, but they're kickstarting it because they want to add more and more features into the game. So I'm doing a little bit of a look at for exposure here. I was sent this game yesterday, and I'm actually having a reasonable amount of fun with it, and I think a lot of people are going to be interested in checking it out, so I wanted to show it off a little bit. We're going to continue here. I've been playing the game for about 45 minutes, maybe, half an hour myself, and this is what we're basically dealing with so far. This game reminds me a lot, actually, of 10 Million, except instead of a match 3, it's kind of got like a duel mechanic or a jousting mechanic going on that this like meta game involving like upgrading your character and equipment is wrapped around, shall we say. So this is our world. Our goal overall is to get to the castle here, sign in for the Royal Championship, and try to defeat the 5 champions in order to marry the princess and become the most famous knight in the whole of Pixelville. But we can't do that yet because we need 1,000 fame, as you can see. You need at least 1,000 of fame to fight in the real championship, which we do not have. Now, in order to get fame, we have to go to the Tavern. Now, the Tavern is where we're going to end up dueling, but we should talk about the mechanics surrounding the Tavern. By the way, these people look like ants. What kind of weird medieval blimp are we in? Airship of the 1600s where we can see these people, so, or maybe it is just a city of ants, I don't know. We're going to start with the barn here. So there's the 3 basic areas we're going to go to upgrade our character and earn money and fame. The first is the barn, which will allow us to edit our horse here if we so choose. So right now we've got him decked out in this sweet pink, blue, and neon green plaid, but we can switch that up if we want to. Why don't we make him super, you know, colors, just pure gray. I want him to feel as I feel. Pure nothingness. There we go. Actually, we've got a little bit of redness somewhere in there, but that's okay. And gray face, too. Perfect. All right, and we'll save that with the floppy disk icon, which is going out of style. And the basic way that you improve yourself, get more money, get more fame, and eventually upgrade yourself to greater and greater heights is by taking part in these mini-games. So it is a little bit of a mini-game collection, kind of similar to almost like what Purple plays. I know that's not the most generous of comparisons I could possibly make, but it is basically like there's a core game that we'll see a little bit later wrapped with these mini games that kind of allow us to self-improve a little bit. So this game is one of those 3 mini games that does allow us to earn some extra gold and fame, and all we have to do here is avoid these, oh, I can't believe I didn't get that multiplier. Avoid these obstacles as long as possible. The longer we avoid them, the more gold that we'll get, and we can use that gold to improve ourselves, you know, make our lance a little bit sharper or a little bit stronger, get a better shield, etc., etc., improve our HP, which will be very important later when it comes to the actual gameplay mechanic that makes up the bulk of this game, which we are not going to see for a little while. And get the multiplier. All right, there we go. So that doubles our gold. This is probably the highest risk reward game in the game, at least so far, at least in my limited experience so far. I've had times when I got like 20 gold from this, and I've had times when I've gotten like 200, depending on how long you survive and how many of those multipliers you manage to pick up. So we're going to try to get as much gold as possible, obviously. This is probably also the most active and unique of the mini-games, which is not saying a whole lot, because obviously this is a trope that's been done in many other games before. But we're just like moving between here, jumping. Reminds me a little bit of Wipeout 3 in the best way possible, which might not be the most... again, benevolent comparison I can make. That was a terrible dodge there at the end, but hey, at least we got 67 gold. We lasted for 64 seconds, which is 25 below my best time, but in any case, we got a little extra gold there. And we cannot do that race again, or that obstacle course again, until we complete another duel. So that's the way that the game keeps you from just grinding that shit out over and over and over. Let's go check out the store. The store is, as you might expect, where you can buy new items, but additionally, you can do some work here to get gold. And the minigame here is very, very simple indeed. So as these potions come up, if it's a good-looking red potion, we're just going to hit up. If it's got any kind of defect, we're going to hit down on the arrow keys here. Not using the Xbox 360 controller for once, which is, I know, counter to the Northernlion story usually. But as this stuff pops up, it's going to go faster and faster. We're going to try to go faster and faster. And I think for every one of these we get right, we get 2 gold. So we have the potential, you know, I've earned like 120, 140 gold out of this before. There's a bad one right there. Someone put a ghost inside of that bottle. That one is obviously bad. And as we get these right, like I said, each one that we get right, not each good potion, but each one that we get right is worth 2 gold, which adds up. Upgrades are fairly expensive. The other ways to earn money we'll see very, very soon. We'll talk about the potions a little bit after. Oh, that was a big mistake. You gotta focus on this stuff, man. I mean, it might seem like it's super easy, and it is very derivative. Like, obviously, we've seen these mini games in many kinds of games before. That glass was half empty. Not even gonna be optimistic about that. Obviously, we've seen these kind of mini games before, but it's engaging to a certain extent. It's certainly not breaking the mold. We earned 120 gold. That's something. Additionally, from the store here, we can buy potions, and these potions are going to be important. I'm just going to buy a few, and I'll explain what they do once we actually get involved in some battles. So I'm going to buy some super shields, and I'm going to buy some triple strikes, which are very, very important for me in the strategy that I run once we actually get into duels. So those are things that are going to modify our combat ability once we exit a little bit. Now, we're almost, I promise you, getting to the actual jousting or chivalrous gameplay or medieval style gameplay here. This is definitely not a competitor to War of the Roses or Chivalry. It's more of just a pure 2D pixel style jousting game. And I really like this aesthetic. I know a lot of people are getting tired of pixel graphics, and I can understand that fatigue a little bit, but I think this game looks quite good in its own right. Again, I think it looks fairly similar to something like 10 Million. Or even maybe like Super Brothers. But anyway, we're going to upgrade our horse here. A little expensive. Let's upgrade our armor, which is going to be expensive as well. And then we'll try to upgrade our sword, but we can't. I actually thought that we could use the forging ability, but we can't. Anyway, I'll just upgrade my shield instead. All right, well, that's good enough. There is another mini game in here where when you want to upgrade your armor, you can forge, and that'll take like 100 off, depending on how you do in the mini game. But whatever, let's just get into the actual gameplay here. So where we start, we go to the Tavern. The Tavern is where we're going to get fame and a little bit of money as well. We're pretty decked out in that knight suit there, but we're going to start with a duel, and we're just going to do a quick play here, because you have to do quick play before you go to the local cup, and we will fight a rookie just to kind of give the basic mechanics. It's a very, very simple game, 1v1, no multiplayer as of yet. But we're playing against the AI here. So that's him over there. He's got a nice metallic horse with a pretty sweet coat of arms, a metallic shield. That's us over here. We're looking pretty badass as well. So as we get moving here, basically we can use the arrow keys to adjust the angle of our shield and the space bar to adjust the angle of our lance. I'm deliberately going really slow right now. So all we're going to try to do, that was much slower than you'll usually see, I promise you. All we're going to try to do is put our shield in a place where it will block the enemy's attack, and our lance in a place where it will not be blocked by the enemy's shield. Like that. That's going to work perfectly. So we do have health bars here. Usually, it depends on the strength of the enemy, but it can take anywhere from, 4 to 6 rounds in order to kill somebody. We actually didn't hit them there. And it's surprisingly, even though it's a very, very simple mechanic, it's surprisingly difficult to consistently hit them. This is a little bit of a weird example because it's so easy. I'm fighting a rookie. We gained 0 fame and 10 money, so we basically didn't earn anything there. Let's go back to the tavern and get involved in something a little bit more tricky. But yeah, it's surprisingly difficult to manage both at the same time, especially once you start dealing with stronger and stronger enemies. Like, let's fight a normal opponent right now, because Brave might be tough enough that I'd have to use some potions, which I have not mentioned yet. But yeah, you got to look at two things. You got to look at the angle of the enemy's lance, which is going to be deceptive because obviously they're going to try to shift it at the last second to try to trick you. And you have to look at the angle of your own lance, or the angle of the enemy's shield. Oh, that was bad. In order to try to get your lance around there. So generally my strategy is keep your lance. It was bad as well. I'm getting killed here. Keep your lance like keep your lance on their shield level. I don't even know what I did there. Did I hit them? I did. That was pretty bad. We're actually going to use a potion here because I'm getting my ass kicked. I'm pretty bad at this game, even just playing against the AI. So I'm going to use a potion here. We're going to use one of these triple strikes, which means if I hit them, I'll do triple damage on this turn. So let's see if I can make this work for myself. Alright, that did 33 damage. We've almost killed him. We might draw here. If you end up dying at the same time, you get a draw, and nobody gets any fame or anything like that. There we go. We managed to kill him. That was not easy, though. Not as easy as I expected, at least. So we picked up 20 fame and 50 money. And as far as I know, we can basically duel unlimited if we wanted to. But we're going to go back to the tavern and get involved in a local cup here. To be honest with you, I think I might get enough fame in this video if I win this local cup to actually start moving in on that, like, royal tournament stuff, which would be cool. That would be fortuitous timing. So we're going to get started here on... Can I not go for this amazing second level local cup yet? Maybe I have to start at the... Oh, I guess that... Maybe I've already won this one, so I actually have to go to the highest level local cup, which would not be good for me. Wow, I think, yeah, I've already won these, so I can't do them again. So we're going to go for the highest level, which is going to be terrible for me because I'm going to get my ass kicked. I barely won the second level just by abusing potions, and my guy is not that much better now. Okay, so these guys are already super strong. I'm probably going to have to abuse the shit out of potions in order to succeed because I have very little skill. Let's just do one vanilla run here. See how that does. So I did 8 damage. He did about 3,000. We're in a bad situation here. So I'm going to use a triple strike potion. I'm going to save those shield potions for now. Basically what those do is allow me to not have to use my shield in order to survive. We're going to use one now, though, because I want to... At the very least, let's earn some fame here. To be honest with you, using these potions is a little bit cheesy. It makes the fight super duper easy, but the progression otherwise is very, very slow. So it's kind of necessary if you want to continue earning fame at a rate to what you're accustomed to. So I definitely should have bought more potions. We got a decent amount of money, a decent amount of fame there, but with the amount of potions we have left, I'm almost certainly going to lose on this fight. If not this fight, 100% the next fight. Alright, so again, we're just going to spam our potions here to make things a little bit easier on ourselves. Like so. And we'll see if maybe I can get lucky there. Wow, we actually one-shot him with a crit. You can get crits as well, and you can get potions that adjust your crits, or the frequency of your crits. So that was very lucky. Maybe we actually have a chance here. And after we finish this local cup, for better or worse, I'll talk a little bit about... yeah, that guy looks pretty badass. He's got a lightsaber instead of a lance. I'll talk a little bit about where you can get this game currently, as well as what the future holds for this game, because obviously we're playing a very early build here. So I'm out of potions. I did a lot of damage to him. Actually, I'm not out of potions. I only have health potions left. We did a lot of damage to him, but I think it's unlikely that we're going to succeed here. As you saw just then, we just got like half of our health taken out by a single hit. I managed to do a little bit more damage there. I've got these health potions that restore a little bit of our health. As you can see, I might use a couple of these, because there's a chance. Oh man, I lost a lot of health there. There is a chance, though, that I can succeed here. And if I succeed, I'm pretty sure we're going to gain a ton of fame. So I'm going to give it a shot. Maybe we'll get a lucky crit or something. I'm almost dead. He's almost dead. At the very least, maybe we could draw if I get an incredibly lucky crit. If only I bought more potions, man. We would have been in a much better position. All right, we've drawn there. This is coming down to the wire. I got killed, but I almost killed him. Anyway, we get minus 120 fame, because you always get minus fame when you lose. So we're not at 1,000 because I can't go to that royal tournament yet, but that's okay. We do have 279 money, not a whole lot. So what we'll do the same thing. You basically win as one cycle of Pixelry gameplay right there. You go through the mini games, you earn the money, you upgrade yourself, and then you try your hand at the local tournaments. If only I'd bought more potions. I had the money to do it. I think, anyway, if I didn't spend it all on the forges, or on forging. But yeah, then you go through the mini games again, earn some money, earn some fame, and hopefully eventually get to the Royal Tournament, which seems to be at about an hour or so of gameplay. So let's talk a little bit about the current state of Pixelry, how you can pick this up, and how you can help out if you're interested in what the future holds. So right now, Pixelry is available in the build that I'm playing, I believe. This is the build that's available on Desura and Indievania. I'm actually not sure how much it costs. But there will definitely be a link in the video description if you want to check that out, to the Desura page specifically. You know, if this is the kind of game that's around the $5 mark, there's no way I can get that multiplier, sadly. If this is the kind of game that's around the $5 mark, I think that's a fair price. I know, I realize it's unprofessional for me to not know what the price of the game is right now. Any more than that, it's a little bit optimistic, I think, from the designers and the developers, but... there is a Kickstarter campaign that's going to start in March to kind of raise some more funds to actually complete this game. As you can see when we were looking around the hub world, there were things like the Academy where you could learn new skills, I guess, that was not available, or get perks or something in a 10 million style. Yeah, they want to flesh out the game substantially. I'm not sure, again, how much the Kickstarter is going to be for. I just know that it is in the works and is planned. That's going to be an impossible multiplier as well, so we'll just skip that by and do things the vanilla way, I guess. It's a shame because those multipliers are really important. And yeah, it's also on Steam Greenlight as well, so if you're interested in seeing this on Steam, oh, that was terrible. To be honest with you, at its current state, it's probably not Steam-worthy, but if the Kickstarter does indeed succeed, and they manage to flesh out the game a little bit, make it a little bit more engaging, and add a little bit of variety to it, it could be a worthwhile addition to Steam at a discount price, or a budget price, I guess I should say. Let's go back to the Forge quickly. Geordie LaForge. And we'll try to earn some more money here. Actually, the Forge doesn't let us earn money, but I'll show what you can do here. We can upgrade our armor, and we can actually forge our armor, and the way that we do this is via this mini game right here that you can see. So basically, we've got like a DDR style. They're going to give us like button prompts, and we're going to hash these out. And once we hit 20 good hits in a row, I think we're going to start getting discounts. Yeah, so now... every time we hit correctly, we're going to get one discount. Now, it costs us 220 to upgrade our armor. So, we're not going to be able to get it for free, but assuming we manage to do fairly well here. You don't have to be perfect, but assuming I do fairly well here, you can see there's a ton of time. We will get a fairly heavy discount. At least a discount of like 1 or 2 fights worth, basically, because I gain like 30 to 100 per fight. And I botched it. When you hit the wrong button, I don't think it actually disrupts your discount for very long. It might be like one more hit to get your discount started again, or you might just be permanently in the discount state, which is awesome. But I kind of wish there was like a oh, that was bad again. I kind of wish there was like a multiplier or something that you could apply after a while. I am doing absolutely horribly here. Believe it or not, it's fairly hard to talk and play this at the same time. Again, with the kind of 10 million comparison. So we got a 76 discount, which is going to give us 244 on our armor. Once you forge, you're committed to it, so we're basically out of money here. We're going to exit quickly. I'm going to do one more cycle of gameplay here before we finish this off. So I'm going to go back to the store, and in the store, I'm going to work, and then I'm going to buy a metric fuck ton of potions, and then I'm going to try to win that. I'm not going to be able to buy too many potions, but then I'm going to try to win that tournament, and hopefully doing so will give us enough fame to go to the Royal Tournament. But I don't want to show off too much. By the way, there is, if you don't want to buy the game yourself right now, there actually is a demo available. I think the demo's distributed via Desura. So that gives you like the full game for 15 minutes essentially. 15 minutes is enough time to get a handle on what this game is about and see if it's up your alley. So again, check out the Desura link in the description. And by clicking on that, you will probably find a way to get access to the demo and check it out and see if this is up your alley. This is very much, it feels like a casual experience wrapped in slightly more of a hardcore meta game, if that makes sense, like the jousting mechanic. If you're into things, again, I'm making this comparison a lot, but if you're into 10 million, this might be the kind of thing you want to check out. This is certainly, at least in its current state, I need to hedge my bets like that, but in its current state, it's not like a Game of the Year contender, and it's very much something that I would describe as a middling experience, but it's the kind of game that I do feel has some potential to be something a little bit greater if they are able to succeed in their ambitions at least. So I'm just going to finish this off. That's perfect. I really wish we got 132 there. It's okay, but I really wish there was like a perfect bonus that gave you like an extra 50 gold or something. Gold's usually not that hard to come by, but because I completely botched, you know what? We're going to take 5 of these, and we're going to take 5 of the shield potions as well. Because I completely botched my earlier horse riding. If we'd just gotten like an extra 100 there, we would be in a much better position. But anyway, it is what it is. We're going to have 5 potions to deal with 3 assholes in our tournament here in the Tavern. I don't think we're going to succeed. We do have to do a quick match first, so we should just do like a quick match against like the normal guy. Win it, yes, I know. Game's being a little slow for me right now. It's the weird like crossfading I kind of dislike. I wish it would just like snap to the screens, but I appreciate that that's there for a, you know, an aesthetic purpose in any case. So this guy's looking reasonably strong, but with his sweet ass like Nikki Sixx haircut, it's probably not going to be as good as our full suit of armor. So I'm just waiting to see where his shield is, and I'm going to be able to hit him. He hit me! We're doing like equal damage here. I find it very difficult to focus on both the lance and the shield at the same time, so usually I just commit to one, but I'm doing what I can here. Oh, he managed to get me there, but I got him as well. You can play this, when you're not using potions, it plays out much more like a war of attrition, where you, oh man, that was really good on his part. Where you have like 7 or 8 rounds potentially just to go at your opponent and see if you can succeed. It's gonna be pretty close here. If he crits me, we could actually, he could win or we could draw. And we're gonna be like right up against it here. So I actually am gonna use a shield, which I might regret if I manage to succeed here. Oh man, I still missed. Well, you know what? We're not gonna use the shield. We're just gonna fly by the seat of our pants. If we lose here, we can still enter the local cup, and we very nearly died there, but I crit him, so that's okay. So we get 10 fame and 30 money. Not a whole lot. Remember, you need 1,000 in order to go to that Royal Tournament. I've got to be getting close to that. I've won several tournaments so far, or 2 tournaments so far, which give you a reasonable amount of fame. But in doing that, sure, we'll enter our local cup, and this will be the last thing that we'll see in this video. Unless, there is a little bit of a story. There have been very short cutscenes that I've encountered so far. All right, this guy looks fairly strong. I don't want to use potions unless it's absolutely necessary, so I'm just going to try to, do things the old-fashioned way here to start with. Because if I can make it to that final guy with 2 or 3 potions left, we might stand a damn chance. I absolutely botched that one hard. But that's okay. We're still alive for now. I managed to hit him. He also hit me. This might be the point where we're going to need to pop one of these, like, triple strike potions and then absolutely just focus on hitting him. That did absolutely nothing. We're in a very bad place right now. So we're going to pop both of these. I dig the music as well. It gives me like an old SNES-timey vibe. This is going to be close on the final hit here. I really do not want to use any potions to make this happen. At the very least, I think we're going to draw here. I'm just trying to focus on his lance as he comes in. There we go. Managed to succeed. Still use 2 bottles of each of my kinds of potions. But hey, there's fame and money for us. I mean, we spent that money effectively on the potions in the first place, but you get what I'm saying. Very much there's a resource management aspect to this game. Again, I'm going to try to win this fight vanilla because I want to save as many potions as possible for the next fight. But I'm guessing we're going to have to use some here. Oh, he psyched me out at the last second here, so we are going to have to dip into our potion fund a little bit like this. you know, 2 left would be enough, probably. We did basically no damage. We took basically no damage as well, but that doesn't really benefit me all that much. Here we go. Alright, I did 30 damage, which was enough to at least do some serious bleed, maybe. There is no bleed damage, by the way. I was just making conversation there. I'm gonna have to use, at least, I'll save the super shield. I'm gonna try to hit him with the triple damage here. And we're both gonna get killed, and that is gonna be a draw. In a draw, nobody wins, sadly. So, here comes a surprise challenger. This is the first time I've ever seen this. Let's see what happens. It's me versus the Cardinal Guest. He looks like he means business. He's like a blue mage from Final Fantasy Mystic Quest or something. All I have is my super shield. I really wish I hadn't used all the potions. And again, this is the first time I've ever encountered this. So, I don't know if this guy is going to be badass as hell or absolutely horrible. I'm hoping, you know, more on the absolutely horrible side, but he is kind of tearing me apart here. Again, I have no idea what kind of benefit you get for this either. But it's cool that the game keeps offering new stuff to me, even though I have been playing for what seems like a small game for a reasonable amount of time, you know, approaching the like 1 hour mark. Anyway, I managed to block his attack there. It looks like there's a treasure chest in the background. I bet you get a bitchin' item if you succeed here. I managed to not take damage again. My horse is super slow. Upgrading your horse takes the most health. I've been killed. And I did basically no damage to him, so we lose 120 fame. That hurts. In any case, though, this is Pixelry. Just to reiterate what's going on with this game. You know, it's like a 2D pixel arty joust wrapped in kind of like a 10 million style upgrade mechanic. If you haven't seen my video of 10 million, probably a lot of this video doesn't make any sense to you, but it's the easiest way to describe it by proxy, sort of. You can check out the demo of the game on Desura, or you can pick it up on Desura or Indievania if you want. Links to the Desura page will be in the video description, as will a link to the game's Greenlight campaign. The Kickstarter campaign is not active, but if you're interested in seeing this on Greenlight, you can go and vote for that for free. In any case, as always, thank you guys for watching. I think this game's okay, and I think it has potential. It's certainly not the kind of thing I would suggest in good conscience you rush out and buy and everybody has to own it, but it's got a good base for what could become an interesting game in the future if their aspirations end up indeed becoming possible and true. But again, in any case, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.